Hello, YouTube, and welcome to Charlotte Motor Speedway Site to Race number 12 of the 2009 season. And alongside me once again for our longest race of the year is Stephen Paul III.
Hey guys, I didn't miss any of my flights this week, so I'm glad to be here.
Would hope not. I mean, you were already here from last weekend. So
Yeah, that would be bad.
on the front row today for this one, we have Henry Sanford starting alongside Matt Duncan. If you didn't watch the duels, you wouldn't have known that.
What's
And
wrong
also,
with you?
yeah, you wouldn't have seen Henry's dominant effort. Alexander Rowe, our winner from Duel 1, is starting inside of row 2 alongside Max Anderson. Jonathan Zorline and Steve Pollard make up row 3 with Kenny Moma, Ryan George, row 4. Dylan Young and Isaac Flickinger make up an all Hendrick, row number 5. As I show you the rest of the starting grids, I'll hand over to Steven for his thoughts and predictions.
Well, based on yesterday's Hooters race, I expect kind of the same. Some guys getting the wall with some strategy here. Maybe not as much crash. We only saw with Hunter Braxton do it. Who can't you go with? You got to go with Henry Sanford. That's my pick. Been good in the All Star. The car was strong in the duels. There we go. Stephen Paul at third's dominant season of the worst finish of 16th. It's going to be a tall task as we see him in the back of the field. Not a good duel for him, but our final row is William Duncan and Brett Momo, who's second in points. But have we seen anything as we go trackside on fence? My thoughts.
Yeah.
Drivers, start your engines.
He's going for Henry Sanford as his pick of driver to watch. Since he took that one, and obviously you can tell who got to pick first, I'm going to go for our All-Star race winner. Peter Onjek obviously had a good car last week. We'll see if he has the magic going again here tonight.
Yeah, so Paul leads by 2. His worst finish of the year is 16th. The greatest start ever to an NR season. I'm pretty sure. I haven't followed NR in all these series and stuff, but I'm pretty sure this is the greatest start anybody's had. Maybe Jake Basker had a better one. I'm not sure, but this is top of it.
Well, it'll have to be a Brett Moma-sized Herculean effort that we'll see from the 57 if he's going to keep it up. Coming from 40th starting spot here today, although Brett Moma's starting back here as well with him in 41st. That said, coming into the race, it is Stephen Paul III by a colossal 249 points over Brett Moma. Chris Wilson is third in points, Tim Randolph fourth, Braddock is fifth, Henry Sanford comes in this race sixth, Steve Pollard seventh, William Brock eighth. Those 8 drivers will carry our onboard cameras, as I haven't looked through to make sure that they meet the 4 make requirement and sponsor.
Well, Henry at least has an onboard, so you get to see a good view of the lead today, pretty much.
Yeah. The rest of the other 2 drivers in the top 10 not carrying an onboard, JT Bryant, Pretty Shaw. And the pace car is off. Field under control of the UPS Ford for Matt Duncan. And the Coke 600 is green.
Now the last race, Matt Duncan. Well, that's a black flag for the 2. He jumped to start there. You can't beat the lead. You can't beat the. You literally cannot beat the. What is it? The pole sitter to the line. That should be a black flag.
He's going to get the spot back, so I think the officials are going to be willing to overlook it.
Yeah, just ask Kirk which one. Wait.
Oh, well, maybe not. Here he goes on the outside still.
Yeah, that's not really, because that should be a black flag. But I just that's the 2 cars.
Oh, I don't think they're going to really give it anything, as Max Anderson got the wall off turn 4, but it is Henry Sanford that leads lap 1.
Here's the clicker. No, here comes Alexander Rowe, who another one of the drivers low in the points, being up there. He's on the bottom side today.
Well, he's up to 3rd, but it's the 2 and the 6 setting sail.
Steve Paul who hit the wall, and I think he hit the race, and he maybe hit the hall like the ARCA car this weekend. He's hit everything but the pace car, so here he comes to the bottom, running the bottom side smartly this time.
As Anderson gets by him for 4th, off turn number 4. Steve Pollard going to look to clear for 5th. He is. Ryan George, Isaac Flickinger battle for 6th spot right now.
Yeah, Henry is... Where is Henry? Henry is the 5th in points. This would be a good job for me to jump up to 2nd.
6. I don't have the points leader up on the board right there.
Yeah, who wants to see that points leader anyways? It's Ryan George, the Colorado National winner up there. And there's our last points winner, Steve Paul, there too. 64 gets a little loose there.
Got loose, kept out of the wall. 16 keeps out of the wall as well.
Wow.
Matt Duncan wants the race lead away from the 2.
I'm pretty sure Matt Duncan won the DQ race here last year, so trying to go from the lower race to the big race.
Well, he's still side by side with the 2, though, down the back straightaway. Henry trying to hang in there and use that top line to his advantage.
Wow, the car's. How about another show? How about Mohamed Zainadul? His best finish is 16th this year, running up in the top 10 in the early rolling.
You mean Ozkan?
What did I say?
You said Zain Abdullah, who's in the Hooter series.
Wow, that was bad. It's Dylan Young.
Dylan Young, keep it on there. Keep it on the track. Keep it on the track.
Dylan Young doing the Card Pollard impersonation here.
Well, and he's going to split up the pack from Kev Shear to Ryan James, basically.
Well, that's going to be good to help with the long green flag run, but not for the people behind him. They do not like to see that. How about Zainadullah?
You said it again.
Oh, Ozkan, wow, it really has been a while.
That's twice in 6 laps you've made that mistake.
Sorry, Samet.
I mean, it's been a forgettable season. I understand that. As here we go, Matt Duncan looking for the lead again.
Yep, battle right here. What can Brown do for you as Henry Sanford is so freaking strong?
But it is going to be Duncan that clears off turn number 4.
Yeah, Matt Duncan has never... I don't even think he's ever won a Hooters race. He's never won a race in this channel, and here he is leading.
I think he's won a Hooters race.
No, I think his best finish is 3rd, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, either way, Alexander Rose looking for 2nd.
Brown's won, too?
This might be the worst we've seen Henry Sanford's car working so far this entire 2-week stretch.
And Steve Paul, what are you doing?
Steve's trying to use that outside line to get 3rd spot away from the 16, and it's his favorite
spot. Is it a bird?
spot.
Is it playing? Is it a bird? Is it playing? No, it's Steve Paul into the fence again. God damn.
He loses a spot to Time Pollard and going to lose a spot to Smet Ozkan, I think.
Yep.
Maybe.
Steve Pollard, who won a segment, I think. Maybe he didn't. I don't
know. No, Steve Pollard did win segment 1 in the All-Star race. It's the only thing he did win.
Yeah.
He promptly went to last place after that.
Yep.
Came back for the top 10, though.
Yeah, maybe Henry's just warming up his tires. Long way to go. A lot of strategy.
Oh, 27 on the wall again.
I think Steve Pollard needs to go to the bottom.
Now he's going to lose a spot to Seth Cole, his former car at one point.
Unbelievable. Seth Cole was the points leader at 1 point, but now 12 points here.
As the top 8 are single file, battle for 9th between Ryan George and Kenny Moma.
Our leader is 53rd in points, so that's just lovely.
Well, that's keeping up the trend.
Yes, the trend is amazing. This is why we like having big fields here.
As we get these Henry's catching back up, Time Pollard's looking for 3rd. Kenny Moma's wanting a spot away from the 64 car, I believe. No, 78, sorry.
Alexander Rose not even in the top 60 in points, for God's sake.
Well, Time Pollard gets 3rd spot away from that 16 car.
Yeah, Time Pollard is... Where is he? He's 15th.
Time is 15th, and here comes the 2. He gave the spot back. Now he wants the lead legit.
Yeah, and now here he comes. Yeah, yeah, exactly. And Zainadul's got a great car. He started mid-pack.
That's 3.
Damn it! Doing that. It's because I was doing the spreadsheet and I kept doing this happening. Time Pollard is fast too.
That's 3 times in the first 10 laps. You've done it. As Henry Sanford is still side by side with the 6 off turn number 4.
That driver in the 1 car, here he comes on the bottom.
And Henry Sanford now leads at Charlotte for the legit first time of the race. Time Pollard's going to get 2nd with Smet Ozkan maybe looking for 3rd.
Yep, that 1 car on the bottom is Jonathan Zerline, who won a pole here back in the woeful 44.
He's staying up in this lead pack.
Zerline needs a great run. As, a little bit of brake check
66
right
actually has, so the pack has formed back up pretty well. How about Charles Sanford from Provisional Land already up to 23rd, looking for 22nd on the 55.
I don't think the 57's moved up at all, so that is exactly what the field wants to see.
No, he hasn't. In fact, he's fallen to 41st. Duncan is the only car worse than him right now.
If you hear that cheering from California, that is Charles right now. As Matt Duncan on the high side, going a little bit.
Duncan's going to keep the 2nd spot, I think. Seth Cole's trying to go around the outside of Smet Ozkan.
Yeah, all this pack is forming up. Like look at the tire wear. They're almost, well, not as much tire wear as I thought.
Some people are about a 2nd off.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
It's different from different people. Henry Sanford's only 4/10 slower than his fastest lap.
What do you expect? And remember, Henry has won, I believe, like 3 out of the last 4 mile-and-a-half races here. I think the only win he has now is at Las Vegas with Delon Ever.
I mean, He's never won at Charlotte. That's one thing.
Well, he won at Texas, he won at Kansas, and he won at Atlanta. He just didn't win at Vegas. So Henry Sanford, the mile-and-a-half king over here.
As Time Pollard looking to get the third spot back. Looks like he'll have it off of turn number 2. Looks like Ozkan might be able to keep fourth spot away from Steve Pollard.
Yep, as Zorline to the bottom side here. Seth Cole's still on the high side. Oh, Steve watching up.
Well, but this is where that outside line's going to help him out. If he can keep out of the wall, he does. Kenny Moma's going to try and take advantage, though, in the 71. Former RCR. No, sorry. Ignore me. I was thinking of Onjack there for a moment. Time Pollard's looking for second now on Matt Duncan.
Yeah, Time Pollard needs a good run. DNQ'd a couple weeks ago, so needs a good run. Mary Shelley, like we mentioned, like with Seth Cole, 81 or 82 races since her last one. She's
up in 11.
Yep, she desperately needs it. Alexander Rowe dropping back, so we're starting to see some comers that go because Pollard just passed Green back there.
Yeah, he's gotten into the top 40 now.
Yeah, progress.
Alexander Rose looked to be slow. Maybe he got the wall off turn 4. Smet Ozkan clears for third. And it looks like Steve Pollard's going to be able to clear Matt Duncan for fourth. You see some of the damage to the right side of that 27 Toyota, though.
And that means a long pit stop. Yay.
A long pit stop.
Yeah, 6 car. Hopefully people hit the brakes when they hit the pit road with the cup cars.
Matt Duncan pounds the wall off turn 4, loses a spot to Zorline, might even lose one to Kenny Moma.
Now, we saw this issue last year in this race, but not as egregiously we saw it last year as in this
definitely.
race.
We saw it a lot worse last year, so Goodyear definitely did a good job of bringing a better tire this year.
Goodyear brought a good tire? What is this, 2022? Oh, wait.
As Kenny Momo is able to get by, that is for 6th. Seth Cole's looking for 7th now on our pole sitter.
Yeah, it's going to be confirmed next race going to have the Hoosier whip after that comment.
As Kenny Moma now looking for 5th spot on Jonathan Zorline. Meanwhile...
Here we go. How about that one car of whoever's in that one car to the bottom?
He's determined not to make the mistake again. As Ozkan took a peek, couldn't quite make the move.
Yep.
Seth Cole's using that outside line though to his advantage.
How about Seth, right? And talking about Seth has not won since season 3 of Michigan. In reality, that's what we're in season 7. It's been by like 150 races. He's only made 90 of them, so it's been a long dry spell for him.
I mean, a long dry spell for the driver behind him, Mary Shelley as well. And she's made basically all of those races since then.
Only 10 or 11 DNQs in the 07 season when she ran out of PCs, so that's it.
And then just didn't have the points to be able to get in on Provo, so...
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Zorline all over the back of the 27 is going to pick up help from Kenny Moma. Ozkan looking for 2nd, and Mary Shelley's looking for 7th.
See, with the DNQ, so Zorline is about 150 points behind Brett Hill. So with this run right here, this will help him out trying to get into that top 10 points.
And Ozkan's going to get 2nd spot as he tries to look for a way to get back up into the top 50 in points.
I'm sorry to be left. Is Brian? I think Brian James.
And Time Pollard brushes the wall. That's going to allow this 25 to get a run.
Well, you know what happens with the tire wear? You think you can enter the corner with how much speed you had before, and then it just bites you right there.
Well, you think you can get to the throttle when you did before. It's really what that is. That's on corner exit.
Samet Ozkan is hunting down the 2. And the last time we saw Samet Ozkan in the lead, he blew up in a lane and caused a wreck fest. So keep the engine.
And then Henry Sanford went on to win.
Exactly. So Henry's hoping for that engine failure.
As Kenny Moma now looking for 4th spot on Jonathan Zorline.
Dylan Young is in the top 10 now. Now his stat is three top 5s, 3 top 10s. So no, that's Hamble. Sorry, he's got 1 win, 2 top 5s, 3 top 10s.
And for we mentioned 24 just as he was getting ready to fall out of the top 10 because he got passed by Steve Pollard back there, I think.
Well,
Zorline in the wall. No, not Steve Pollard. Who's the white car that's back there?
Is that Charles?
No, that's Allison Rain in 36.
Yep, Allison, who was out of provisionals, actually made the race purely on speed. So.
Meanwhile, Seth now looking for the for the 6th spot on the 25. Mary Shelley is up to, actually she's up to 6th. She's looking for 5th.
The 25 won the pole here last year. I believe they crashed out in the Wreckfest last year. So 25 is bringing the same car. Pollard's still in 4th, but it doesn't help when Chris Wilson's in 30th. So as 31 in the bottom, 71,
And
excuse me.
Kenny Moma's going to get 3rd spot away. Smedoskan still can't do anything with the 2.
Yep, and this is about the point of the race where we got 5 to 6 more laps to pit stops. So,
well, yeah, we should be within the next 10 laps or so of pit stops as Time Pollard going to get that outside line working. But Kenny Moma on the center of the corner.
that's gonna be a wall hit. Nope.
Nope, keeps it out of it. Zorline looking for the spot back on the 18.
Very competitive race now. Like I kind of mentioned, the last 2 Coca-Cola 600s, only 30 or less cars have finished. So this is really, hopefully we can keep the racing like this.
As Kenny Moma now is going to try and clear the 44.
Yep, that's the 18. So now who pulls the Garrison and who pulls the Mohammed Zain, who actually won yesterday? Actually, so that's the guy who won yesterday.
Kenny Moma is going to clear. He's going to pull the 25
One is
along
there.
with them.
Yep.
Ozkan's still there. He can't do anything yet. Seth Cole's going to get the spot away from Mary Shelley.
So interesting.
7 up to 6.
Interesting note on that 6, that is not Prism Motorsports. That is a Michael Waltrip car for the 2nd week in a row. That Aaron's car is really fast.
And we got pit stops.
Yep, that loud line would indicate that. Now Duncan, first one.
Someone else also pit ahead of him.
They might crash right ahead of them. The 64 and 51 were very close.
Well, 57 made some. Oh, the
right
04's
there.
got problems.
Yeah, I saw that coming. Here comes the battle for the lead. No caution.
So Roberto Cran Jr. plowed into someone coming to pit entry. That's going to ruin his day.
Oh, it's gone. This is going to get interesting if they both want to pit. No, Henry's...
They're going to stay out again.
Yeah, well, you can't pit from the high lane unless you're JJ.
I don't think anyone pit that time. The 04 is not staying. Someone did pit. We've got JT Bryant, William Duncan, Isaac Flickinger.
Oh, well, there went the hood.
Matt McIntyre's on pit lane. Nick Breeding's in. Braddock and Allison Rain.
Long stop for the 6.
That was 18 seconds. Back up to lead.
thought-
Smed Oskan has led a lap, but it's
Whoa.
Henry Sanford that bamboozles him on pit entry.
Bamboozle's an understatement. Holy shoot.
Mary Shelley leads the lap, staying out. Alexander Rowe also stays out an extra lap. Marcus Ambrose stays out. It looks like Allison Rain wins the race off pit lane of that group. Oh yeah, and Henry, because he didn't win the pole, he's actually got a good pit stall though, and it's not at pit exit.
18 gets 5 bonus points there.
4 tires, undoubtedly up and down pit lane. Kenny Moma, what a stop!
71 came to play.
What a job on pit road for the 71 team. They jumped the 1 on pit road.
Yeah, the 1 went conservative. Nobody else went conservative. Mary Shelley on pit road there.
42 on pit road. That almost looks like it would be the lap before, though. Ambrose actually leads a lap on pit lane because of where his pit stall is compared to Mary Shelley.
Yep. Henry, though, has got some challenging from 71.
Well, and how well will his car work
Here
on
comes
this
71.
run?
Well, the 71's got the short run speed.
And Kenny Moma wants that effective race lead. There's the 18 on the pit exit. There's the 42, so they're going to be on the tail end of the lead lap.
That's not what Charles wants to see. That's the 71 to the bottom side. Whoa, 2 cars.
Still side by side through turns 3 and 4. Sanford trying to use the outside line to his advantage. Smed Oskan's going to join this battle and try and help the 71.
Oskan has never won a cup race. Best finishes second twice at Indy, and I believe...
Kenny Moma's never won a cup race either.
No, Nick Breeding's up in the top 10. How about that for Breeding?
Well, once the battle for the lead dies down, we'll do a field rundown, a proper one. But we just cannot leave this while they're doing this because they're still side by side. Now Henry clears off turn 4.
Henry is so strong at the 1.5 miles. Just something about him because he sucked everywhere else this year. How about Allison Rain? Rain hasn't won since Ontario last year.
So top field rundown now after pit stops. Henry Sanford is leading over Kenny Momo, Smet Ozcon, Allison Rain. Bill Bragg Jr. is 5th. Seth Cole just took sixth spot away from Mary Shelley. Tyne Pollard is now currently running in 8th over Nick Breeding. Matt Duncan is in 10th. Kev Shear is 11th. Dylan Young 12th. Jonathan Zorline is fending off 13th from Charles Sanford, who started in provisional land. Winnie Calhoun now looks for that 14th spot. William Duncan is up here now in 16th as he takes a spot away from JT Bryant. Brian James is up to 19th spot? Question mark. Derek Hamill, William Brock, Ryan George, Pretty Shaw, Delano Bohemian, Max Anderson, Marcus Ambrose, Mitchell Hodak, Isaac Flickinger, Peter Onjak, the top 30. Stephen Colon, there's Roberto Crown Jr. damaged and off the pace, but he's not failing to meet minimum speed. Oh, Matt McIntyre's on pit lane.
That's enough.
Troubles for the 39 car. Oh. And it's mechanical.
Oh, Rowe back there. What the hell happened to Rowe?
Stephen Paul 35th. Swanson is 36th. Brett Moma's not doing well either.
The entire top 3 in points are below 35th.
As now the battle is for second between Ozcon, MoMA, and Allison Rain.
Wow, where did we say where this is the 41 running? I kind of forgot about it.
The 41 we passed by them. They're in 40th.
The top 4 are 35th or lower.
Good day for 5th on back.
Yeah.
Really good day for 6th in points.
Yeah, you ain't kidding, man.
I mean, on the bright side, it's finally a bad run for 57, so they are human.
Well, we'll see what happens. Well, they're going to get the 04 right here for 34th at least. That's 3 more points.
That's 3 more points, yeah. They got free 3 points as well from the 39.
Yep. Brett Moma's getting
Bradley Ream is trying to save face with Brett Moma. That's what this is right here. And someone should be ganging Joe Gibbs' ears or something to tell these two to stop fighting like that.
Yeah, seriously. But we still got a lot of way to go with strategy, and I mean, Pollard is mowing down the 04.
Problems for Matt Duncan.
Well, there's another 3 points.
Oh no! Caution is gonna fly as the crash has happened. Oh no, on Jack!
Don't hit my car.
Oh no!
Oh, we made it. We made it. No, we did it. We made it.
On Jack on his roof.
Well, that happened.
And the All-Star Race curse continues. Actually, it's not an All-Star Race curse. It's not going to be the good run like what we've seen from past All-Star Race winners.
Well,
so a huge crash here, bringing out the caution for the first time today on lap 39. Stephen Colon already going to the garage. Winnie Calhoun as well. We'll cover pit stops and then show you what happened.
And now it's going to make it interesting with strategy because now you can make it, if you can only do 30 laps on the first run, it's going to get a little spicy.
I mean, you're still going to have to do 2 stops from here. And that's if you do 30.
Listen, I think I'm going to pay Charles for an onboard with a 57 because how the hell we missed that wreck is a miracle.
I mean, I said the top 8 in points were the onboards, so.
Well, they're going to have a great shot because I don't know how the 57 is off the 25th.
Well, and it is going to be 4 tires for the 2. Looks like 4 tires up and down pit lane. So not going to have any strategy in that regard. Meanwhile, though, Ozcon almost winning the race off pit lane. Close battle there. 3 wide between the 36, 28, and 18.
Oh, 16 out. That's a tough race for the 16. They were up in the top 5 at early portion of the race. No free pass, it looks like.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to have to worry about free pass. No one was... Oh, the 39 would have been the free pass, but he's out, so...
Yeah, 25, no hood. That's speed damage check right there for him.
And Brock a stop and go, basically. So with all that said and done, let's go ahead and take a look back at what happened. Taking a look back at what happened Oh, he's already losing speed there. So this is where there's the issue for the 6. Who?
Oh,
Oh,
Scott.
it's Kev. There's
Nice job,
Zorline.
Kev.
Dylan
Oh
Young
my
gets
God.
involved. There's JT
JT.
Bryant. Nowhere
Winnie
for Winnie
nowhere to go.
Calhoun to go.
The fish fillet is flattened, I'll tell you that. And here we
And
go.
then we'll look back at that other portion up there momentarily.
And
But
then Brett. Oh, on
yeah,
Jack.
there's the 46. He gets clipped.
Now, how the 57 did not plow into the wreck is a miracle.
16, nowhere to go.
Because there's the 04 getting right there. There's Paul shooting the gap.
Oh,
Oh, God, no brakes.
I mean, nowhere for him to go either, though.
I mean, you could have lifted a little bit more.
But Peter Onjak going for a wild ride. Let's take a look at the 16s portion. Actually,
There
it's
was
going to be
more
the
up there.
9. So it's going to be the 9 after he gets clipped.
Right there. Oh, that's bad. And then hard in the fence.
The
Steve
9, and he
Pollard
has no
misses the wreck.
control over the car at that point.
And then watch the 57 come into here. He is going to.
And slows down for the 9 having to pit. And some good free spots here for the 02 as well.
Yeah, that's what we
In
want to
fact,
see.
actually, he's going to pass the 57. What is it with the 57 in the grass this last couple weeks?
We're trying to protect our points, Lee. We take all precautions as necessary.
In fact, barely beat the 96. So with that, we'll take some onboards and then bring you back for the restart. Onboard Steve Pollard. And probably the only other onboard we'll take from this one, Stephen Paul III.
Sponsored by Lit too. Well, they're wrecking the grass up there, so I didn't see that.
And we're back. After that incident, we have lost Matt McIntyre, Paul Swanson, Stephen Colon, Winnie Calhoun, Matt Duncan, Peter Onjak, Alexander Rowe, and Roberto Crown Jr. from this race. Race leader is Henry Sanford. Second is Samet Ozkan with Allison Rain in third. It's Bill Bragg Jr., Mary Shelley, Seth Cole, Kenny Moma, Charles Sanford, William Duncan, Nick Breeding, the top 10. With Time Pollard, Ryan George, Derek Hamill, Dylan Young, Max Anderson, Purdy Shaw, Isaac Flickinger, Marcus Ambrose, Delana Brahimian, Mitchell Hodak, Jack James, Brian James, Bradley Ream, Stephen Pollard III, Owen Miles, Brett Mulma, Christian Vargas, Steve Pollard, Tim Randolph, Kev Shear, top 30 with Chris Wilson, JT Bryant, William Brock, and Jonathan Zorline, our lead lap cars. Pace car is off, and that leaves the field under control. The Miller Lite Dodge here on lap 42.
Yeah, and I looked for that 05 car. They started 41st, and they are flying. 07, good jump
great
there.
First run. They're up to 8th now.
Yep, 18
well,
down.
I mean, he made an early move, but he made it to the right, so he's good on that. You can make the moves to the right. You just can't make them the driver's left.
Yeah.
As Mary Shelley took a full advantage, she's now up to the 4th spot. Samet Ozkan's looking for the race lead.
The bottom side, Samet's had a great race trying to do a double win with Mohammed yesterday, Samet today.
Well, it would be a double Chevy win here on the second part of the Coca-Cola weekend, and Charles looking for that spot on Kenny Moma, can't quite get it.
One car hasn't won in the series, I believe, since Chris Louvier at Portland, and Earnhardt Ganassi. Ganassi and Earnhardt have won in DEI, but this would be the first time Earnhardt Ganassi would win a race.
Correct. They're up to second. Allison Rain up to third.
I can guarantee you Tommy Baldwin has never won a cup race before.
That is for sure. Looking for second now.
Yep. As the 18 car. Hasn't won since with Pichu London at, I believe it was Pig Stadium back in season 3.
Pichu London never
Troy
won.
King. Troy King, sorry, excuse me.
I was like, I know Pichu London for a fact did not win.
Yeah, he ran the 18 though, so I got the driver correct.
As now Samet Ozkan though with the crossover move here. Can't quite make it work. So now Charles Sanford all making a move on Kenny Moma. This would be for 7th.
Yep. As
that 05 is looking good tonight.
Just excuse the people 10 and 7. We're not live exactly, so just excuse that.
Oh, yeah. They are out of the race. So Mary Shelley hanging on to 4th there over the 07. Braddock now with a run on Seth Cole. Allison Rains looking for the race lead.
Look at Allison. Wow, 36. Definitely needed this.
Looking for the top spot. She's going to have it off turn number 2. New leader, Tommy Baldwin Racing and Allison Rain.
Yep. Ironically, 11th in the points, and now trying to pass Pretty Shaw to get into. The 19 won this race last year, so.
Henry Sanford hangs on to 2nd. Might open the door for Mary Shelley to make a move on the 1 as I see the 05 back there. Breeding making a move on the 71 now, just on shot.
Yeah, we have 34 cars left, so we still haven't hit the 30 mark, so I haven't jinxed it that hard yet. As we're
haven't jinxed it entirely. We're just very much nearing it.
Yeah, with one more tire failure, we might hit it. As the 18 car to the bottom. 18, they've really struggled. Like I mentioned, that they've had Henry Williams in the car. They've had William Brock. I had Jake Baskinger at one point. As here comes Henry back on the bottom. That car is too strong.
More things change, the more they stay the same. Henry Sanford wants the lead back. He's got it through turns 1 and 2.
Now, like I said, Henry went into the seat. Henry doesn't stay in the same ride. Henry's won the 00, the 7, and now the 2, and now
he's also won in the 83.
That's throwback to the Fitzwater Bradshaw team back. They don't even exist anymore. One car. There's old Seth Cole trying to pass the one car on the bottom there. Seth has had he started off the season good, then he started to get very cold. I think he flipped.
Here comes Charles Sanford looking for 5th on Seth Cole.
I think Seth flipped in our last dual race. Previous race dual race, if I'm not mistaken.
Mary Shelley up to 2nd. She's gone by the 36.
And now, you know what's funny about this? Didn't Allison take out Mary Shelley at Road America in the King Corner, Canada Corner?
Canada Corner, I believe so. I don't have footage of that anymore, obviously.
Yeah,
William Duncan trying to take a spot away from his RCR teammate. And how about Nick Breeding up in the top 10?
Hold on. William Duncan started 42nd.
He's up to 7th. Mary Shelley wants the lead in the 18.
Mary Shelley. Okay, I gotta see. When was the last time Mary Shelley won in a mile and a half? Let me pull this up real quick.
Okay, I was gonna say her last win was at Richmond. Henry Sanford keeps the lead though. Allison Rain fending off for 3rd on the outside line.
Mary Shelley actually has never won at a mile and a half track before. This is her last track type she needs.
As Charles Sanford trying to fall back in line behind the 1 and Samet Ozkan gets there in front of the 07, barely.
Yep, a little bit of single file fest. Ryan George Hamlin at the backside of the top 10 there. Charles Sanford and William Duncan from provisional land to the front. 36 car trying to go down.
William Duncan got in on the winner's provisional. He had to start shotgun on the field as a result.
Yep,
and looking for the lead is Mary Shelley.
I don't think anybody in this crowd does not want to see Mary Shelley get up there and win. I mean, she finished, 3rd in the champion, or 3rd or 4th, with dominating the series, and she did not get that win. That kind of cost her the title there. Here comes the 18 here.
The winning in format, she finished 3rd without a win. Put it that way.
Yes. And Chris Wilson had 1 win, and Tim Randolph had 5 DQs and won the title, so there you go. That's 36 car racing hard on that outside.
Allison Rain's going to get the 2nd spot away from the 18 around the outside. Charles Sanford now looking for 4th on Samet Ozkan.
Yep, as they might run into the lap cars.
USBC Chevy running up front once again.
Steve Paul would be the first one they'll catch.
He'll be the first. He is still making minimum speed despite running on his own, though. Sanford on the outside now. He fends off for 4th.
Now we talk about we're 1/3 of the season. We're 14 races to chase, and that is what with 7th place in our last points winner needed at all.
Well, I mean, he does have the win, though, now to fall back on. So. So
that is true, but that could also be a thing. With Mary Shelley 13th and getting, if she can get a win and pass. Here comes Allison Rain though, who definitely needs a win.
Allison could use, well, she could just use the good run, because actually this is race 12. So she is going to get that provisional back. So
Yeah.
if she can get up into the top 10, she'll have a provisional back. She just needs to kind of get through the next 3 without using one.
Mary Shelley just will not die. Here comes Mary on the bottom.
18 wants second spot back from the 36. She's going to have it through turns 1 and 2. Going to open the door for Charles Sanford now in the 05. Going to keep back in line, I think.
Charles has only won 2 races in the series. Season 1 in Michigan, it was so bad we had to go to Zen Joltis the next race. And then he won the next year. Season 4 Daytona 500. So, Allison with an issue.
Well, 36 slow off turn number 4. That opens the door for the 05, but not going to be able to make the move well enough. That's going to allow Ozkan to get back to the top 5 in the 4.
Here he comes.
Nick Breeding thought about it. Can't quite make the move stick on the 05. Sanford might be able to hang on to 5th.
Might be. Wow, looks like that 36 is a little slow in the corner there.
Definitely not quite getting the same corner speed as the rest of the guys that she's around. Ozkan might try and take advantage of that. It's looking for 3rd into turn 1.
See somebody in the back half of the top 15 creep. Amy Shelley in the 7th. No, but never mind.
That's Anderson. Amy Shelley DQ'd the 4.
Wow, that was so bad. Okay. You know what? I'm just gonna stop talking for a minute.
As Allison Rain hangs on to 3rd over Samet Ozkan. Does Charles Sanford take advantage of that? Does Nick Breeding take advantage of that? Possible problems for William Duncan in the 31.
I think I noticed something too the first time in this race. The points leaders cracked the top 20. He's trying to keep the top 20 streak going.
Yep. Looks like the 31 is going to be able to keep it going. Will he have to pit though? Might just be a vibration on him.
Yes.
Going to hang on to it for now.
Yep. Pollard 4 seconds back, trying to at least get the 16 to keep it alive here. As the 1 car to the bottom car, maybe got that long run speed in that 1.
Ozkan wants 3rd back. Nick Breeding looks for 5th on Charles Sanford. He's going to have it.
1-2 in the points battling as Brett Moma just passed Paul. So that's 1-2. That's what you need for the win it in format. The championship race, not this race. As 1 car up the hill right there. Oh boy.
As it looks like they're going to keep it going for now. Actually, we will go to live. Why not?
Yeah.
We're about a lap behind. Okay.
Yeah, that's not bad.
As Ozkan now looks for 3rd. Duncan now looking for that spot on the 07.
I think that's good. Yeah, I think that vibration is helping them. You never know. When they get that harmonics going.
As Duncan now will get 7th away from the 07. Charles Sanford now wants the spot back inside the top 5, looking for it on the 36.
Yep. 36 dropped, and does maybe the tires are falling off or something there?
That might be what it is. Charles Sanford hangs it in there still. Ozkan now wants 2nd spot away from the 18.
Yep. Paul run 21st. Zorline's
Dylan Young still with the fastest lap of the race.
Yep, that's good from Henry Sanford, just with the mile and a half program for Henry Sanford. I think I'm going to have to get an official stat for next week. Next week we're going to another mile and a half. Brentfield.
What's next up? Vegas?
No, Vegas was early in the season. We're going to Chicagoland.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Charles Sanford fends off for 6th from William Duncan. Here comes Anderson looking for 8th.
Yeah, Anderson hasn't finished in the top 10 since the Daytona 500 win. Let's just be
Has he really? Oh my gosh. Damn. He really hasn't.
Campbell cracks the top.
Got really close. The 18 got close to the 2. Couldn't quite make.
But look at the fall off. That's why.
They're down to about a full second of fall off. Allison Rain now wants 4th back from Nick Breeding.
Yep.
Might be able to get it here as the battle for the white cars there.
Yeah, at least both of them got sponsorship this weekend. Actually, we have 3 white cars up here, actually.
Yeah, you have the 05 Charles Sanford and 6, although that one's got some blue as well on it. So
I think Henry, if he wins, is going to keep the streak of winning a race in a different paint scheme, because that is a new paint scheme for the 2 this week.
Derek Hamill looking for 9th spot on the 07 of Seth Cole now.
Yeah,
Dylan Young's
that's not.
joined this battle. Same for Braddock.
Dylan Young needed this one. He was up to 7th in points, and then he had a struggling stretch of races.
And I think they should be getting ready to catch the 27. Steve Pollard is at the line now as Henry's coming off turn 4, so it should be the next couple laps. As Allison Ring gets by the 18 for 3rd. Here comes Nick Breeding looking for 4th.
Yep, and Breeding having a great run.
An amazing run for this 15 car. Not going to be able to get this move done yet. Is Charles Sanford going to be able to go around the outside for the 5th spot? I don't think so. Going to have to fall back in line.
Yep, it's 05 all over the back.
And, Steve Pollard pit. Kind of actually helps us out a little bit there. There's someone else on pit lane, though, I think.
I think it was the 46.
Is the 25. 41 is also going to pit. Same for the 98.
So the caution was on lap 40?
Yes, I think so.
So that's only 28 laps. They can't make it to the end of the race either.
They were pitting 36, I think.
30, yeah. So this is interesting because if you can't make the end of the race, then I don't think.
Well, I didn't think they would be able to anyway. As Charles Sanford back up into the top 5. William Duncan now trying to get the 6th spot away from the 18, though.
Now, I don't know if it's happened in Cup. I know John Irvin won Boston from the last row. I don't know if anybody's done it in the Cup, so that's a bit line.
Nick Nowman, Talladega, won from 42nd. One from 42nd.
Well, I think Charlotte's only the one pits there. Now that's interesting.
It might have happened before as well besides that, but that's the one that specifically comes to mind. I know Nick Nowman did win a race from 42nd.
Yep, as Henry's staying out. But that one car might have a good, if they have a good outlap, that's a good chance these two are going to be
There's the 41 coming out of the pits.
We really haven't talked much about Tim Randolph this season besides that 4th place.
Well, he's going to come back around the 15 as the leaders pit this time around.
Everybody pitting.
I don't think anyone's going to stay out the extra lap. Zorline gets held up. 98 had already pit.
Yeah, they are off the pace.
And, yeah, everyone else had already pit. So it was these group of guys who stayed out the extra lap. Henry Sanford had to navigate the 42 and the 20.
Yep.
Is that trouble for the... That might be trouble for the 43 on pit lane. That's going to be a tough break for Delana Brahimian. Oh, no, okay, they're good. Might have had a penalty on pit entry.
And Breeding.
Nick Breeding's team, the 15, is going to win the race off pit lane of this group.
Wow, that's not something you would expect. Mark Davis Racing beating out Penske. They didn't go back to the shop.
Well, this could be 36, 31 side by side. There goes the double zero.
I think we should go back to that. They didn't lift back there.
Well, I think, they're going to be fine. But it's going to be Derek Hamill to the race lead.
We got a battle off back there. I don't know if they crashed, but that was a battle back there.
No. But Mary Shelley's going to get around the 2.
57 back there.
We'll do a field rundown. But it is Derek Hamill, Charles Sanford that are leading the field at Charlotte.
What?
Nick Breeding is 3rd. Mary Shelley is 4th. It is Sinead Oscon now up to 5th. Time Pollard 6th. Henry Sanford is 7th. I lost track of where I was at. Anderson, I think, is 8th. Braddock is 9th. Seth Cole is in 10th. Jack James is 11th. Dylan Young 12th. William Duncan, Allison Rain, Mitchell Hodak, Owen Miles is a lot down. Ryan George is in 16th. Isaac Flickinger, Brett Moma, Pretty Shaw, Kenny Moma, Stephen Paul III is still outside the top 20. Chris Wilson, Tim Randolph, Kev Shear, William Brock, Bradley Ream, Marcus Ambrose, Brian James, Christian Vargas, JT Bryant, and Jonathan Zorline, with Delana Brahimian, Steve Pollard still on the lead lap.
Carl Stanford's
leading.
leading.
Tosh lights? No. Just the angle.
No,
But
it feels
Charles
like it was...
Sanford is now leading at Charlotte.
What?
The 05 team for S3 Motorsports looking for what would be their second win ever in the series. They will lap the 27 easily enough. And how well is the 15 catching is the question. He's not.
Where's the music? Do you believe in miracles?
Well, to be fair, though, hold on. The pack is catching the 15. We'll have to wait and see what's going to happen here. Henry Sanford now trying to go back by the 18. Can't quite get the move done.
If Henry gets second in the comment section, I will actually tune in for this race.
Anderson trying to get around the outside of Braddock. Can't make the move.
Well, Anderson, remember Tristan Wilhoit won the 500 in Charlotte, a double
the
crown
500,
jewel win.
600, yep.
Yeah, so he's trying to become the second driver to do that. But how
No
about this 05 team?
No one has swept the crown jewel races.
Let me remind you, the 05 missed almost 16 races straight last year, and now they're leading. What a turnaround!
And they're top 20 in the points too. Like
Yeah,
this has
gonna
been
help.
a spectacular turnaround from where this team was a year ago. A year ago, this team didn't make a race till the halfway point of the season.
And they had to put Robert Pollard in the car just to do that.
And still managed to get a top 5 with every driver that actually ran the car.
Even won a dual race with Will Lewis, and even with Charles too, I believe.
So momentum though working on the 05. Derek Hamill trying to hang on to second. Time Pollard has gone up to third. Ozcon now fourth.
Yep.
As
Anderson
these
now,
three now are, well, they're 3 seconds back last time around. Still 3 seconds back, and now they're going to have to deal with the 27.
that's going to slow them up big time.
Well, it depends when they catch them. 44 is in the draft. They might get lucky a little bit.
Yeah,
No, they're not. No, they're not. No, they're not.
Well, that's a bad line.
Yep, so Steve Pollard's going to hold up Time Pollard. Cross that one off on your bingo card.
Yeah, no, you ain't kidding that one. Everybody now battling. This is not good for
And they
people.
still gained a 10, despite being held up.
That's bad for Henry.
Mary Shelley gets around the 20, or gets around the 15, trying to get around the 27. Henry Sanford's going to use the 27 as a pick.
Ooh, he tried to use him as a pick.
Mary Shelley now is going to turn it around and try and use the 27 as a pick as well.
And
now they're going to split the 27.
If they don't wreck, they're going to split them.
Oh!
That's called threat the needle. 27 had too much damage to carry that much speed in the corner.
Henry Sanford now up to the 5th spot. Ozcon now trying to get back by for 3rd. These two were under 3 seconds. The 05 is gapping the 00.
Oh my God. Do you believe in miracles?
I don't think that's how that jingle goes.
I don't think so either, but that's how
Braddock
I do it.
got held up behind the 27. Now 2.8 for the 44.
Yep, hey, that catches, but Ozcon's fast.
Well, they're catching a little bit. Ozcon now still looking for 3rd.
And if Ozcon wins it, that'd be a massive, monumental upset.
I mean, the 05 wouldn't be too bad of an upset either. Derek Hamill looking for his first career win.
His best finish is second twice. He got it in Atlanta. I believe he got it a couple races ago, too.
Down to 2.81. They're not catching enough, I think. Not for 20 laps.
Jack James has entered the top 10, too.
Yep, he's actually passing the 78. That is for the 9th spot.
Yep,
Braddock's going to maybe try and take advantage of it. There's Duncan. He's trying to get back up into the top 10 from 42nd starting spot.
Yeah, this will definitely help with that. Dylan Young getting held up back there, but he's still gaining a little bit.
He gets by the 27 fairly easily enough. 2.7 now the gap. Another 10th off.
Yeah, they need to gain more than that. Well,
the 05's pulling up to the 25 now.
You got to train the lappers, so.
Well, the 05 was able to kind of use the 25, I think, for his advantage. Yeah, gained half a tenth there, basically, on his previous lap.
Yeah,
and in fact, gapped the 91 or the 44. It's now back up to 2.9.
Yep.
Can't get around the 98 though.
Ooh, that's not going to be good. That's a
25 is making minimum speed, by the way.
somehow. He's going to get him right here, though. Well, maybe. Yes, he will.
So Charles now is going to get around the 98 this time around. It did cost him a few tenths, though. And it shows on the ticker, 2.7 now the gap.
And do they have to pit again is the question.
00 gets by the 25 easily enough. But the 00 is going to be one that the 44 is probably going to be able to catch.
Yep. As Paul, it looks like that. Yeah, he just 01 is trying to work with him, trying to get out of his way to pick up the speed. God damn it! I hate this freaking car. The wrong car trying to get 44.
The lead up to 2.8 again. Is the 05 catches Ebrahimian, who's very much up to speed. The 43 is only 2 tenths off the 05.
That one might be posed a little bit more of a challenge. And remember, the 43 is the one car's driver, so that'd be interesting.
Well, they're good friends off the track, is what I'll say.
Well, he signed him up, so
well,
here comes the 00.
rather than trying to say someone's driver, I'll go with they're good friends off the track. Derek Hamill clears the 98. No problems asked there. 2.7 the gap again. That darn freaking sensor plays tricks on me again to look yellow. Time Pollard struggles to get by the 25.
Of course.
So Zorline playing favorites, apparently.
Yeah, I guess.
Here comes Mary Shelley up in this one. Ozcon now taking a peek at the 44.
Yep.
The race lead up over a second, back just to the 00.
Oh, here we go. This is going to be interesting.
And in fact, actually, the 00 even ran quicker than the 44.
Well.
All because the 44 struggled to get by the 25.
And now this does the double.
Now Henry Sanford struggles to get by the 25.
Everybody's struggling to get by the 25. He's at the damn white.
Well, he's going to be able to clear, I think, as now the lead down to 2.5. But are they going to have enough time? They need to be gaining more than that.
Well, this is going to help.
Well, or is this helping the 05?
I mean, it's dirty air on that nose.
Well, I mean, let's see the lap. 29.995, 30.0, 29.7. It's down to 2.2. As these two clear the 98 now.
Yep. Looks like the entire field is single file here. So
the 05 has cleared the 43. Battle for third rages on as Ozcon takes another crack at the 44.
I say the whole field is single file, and then here we go. We got a battle right here.
And then you also have people that are still trying to close in a little bit.
Jack James,
I mean, you have Duncan trying to close in. Braddock's maybe going to try and make a battle out of this, as they will all clear the 25 pretty easily. Now down to 2.1 with 10 laps to go.
Oh boy, can they make it?
Can they make it on fuel? Will they have enough time to be able to catch? 18 struggles with the 98. Yep, 44 is starting to catch the 00.
And when he gets in his draft, that's going to help even more.
2.0 seconds, another tenth of a second off.
Yep. See what he can do this lap right here. 00 is going to give great drafting help to that 44.
But the 00 is not going to be off the pace compared to some of the lap cars.
That is true. 44 backs that corner up.
Puts him right back into the pathway of the 1, though. Henry Sanford struggles with the 98 now.
Everybody, take a shot every time somebody's struggling with somebody.
Now the gap down to 1.9. It's another tenth. But Ozcon makes the move for third.
Guess it was go time for Ozcon.
Time ticking down. Ozcon now up into the top 3.
Yep.
And to the back bumper of the 00, no less.
And can they run? Was that a good move or was that a bad move? We'll see that in a second.
Ozcon might be able to try and make a move down into turn number 1.
Losing time. That was a bad move.
1.6. They still gain time. It's just they lost. It looks like they lost time because the 1 was farther back. But they're
And
stuck
time-
behind the 0-0. That ain't going to help. They
No,
need
that's
to
not
clear
gonna
the
help.
0-0 pronto.
Yeah, and I don't think that Charles is gonna run any more lap cars. So
The next lap car would be the 99 off turn 2. There goes Ozcon making the move for second.
I think that's what he needed. Now, can he do it? Can they make it on fuel?
So 5 to go. Next time by the 1 now to second.
Now is the 43 catching the 05?
Zorline had to pit.
Yeah, okay, so they're gonna have to pit because the 25, remember, was the first one to pit in that cycle, so who can
Sanford
make it?
stays out.
See,
2
now all the
tires
guys
for the
pitting
25.
right there.
27's also in.
Okay, who's gonna stay out and make it?
5
now,
laps to go. Can Charles Sanford make it on fuel?
Now remember, we saw Tristan Wilhoit win on pit strategy in 07. And it's the 05 saving gas. Look at the fall off too.
Down to a 30.3. He's trying it.
And now oh, wait a minute, is he slow? No, man, is he
It's
pitting?
hard to tell. That was the same slowdown the last lap. He's not.
Yep.
He's still staying out. 27 long stop on pit lane.
Yeah.
Time Pollard now gets by the 0. The lead down to 1.5 seconds. Ozcon not gaining time.
Oh yeah, who's got the fuel to make it? Duncan in the top 10. Who's gonna pit? Somebody's gonna pit. I'm calling it. Oh, Charles.
He's actually
is
quicker
back.
that time around. He's actually quicker through 3 and 4. Sanford stays out again. 3 laps to go at Charlotte.
Is anybody else gonna pit? That's the question. I don't see anybody popping up on the screen.
The 0-0 had to pit. Nowhere in there. There's 0-0 on pit lane. Dylan Young has to pit.
He couldn't make it either. Bro,
Randolph
20 slow.
pits.
20 slow on the track.
That was because of the 41 pitting.
Yep, could the 05 enough gas? No, he doesn't.
No, he
He's
doesn't. Sanford's pitting. So's Ebrahimian. Ozcon's pitting. Mary Shelley's going to stay out and go for it.
Hey, Delana Rahimian? Oh, wait, never mind. That's the wrong. Never mind. Keep
18
going.
to the lead with 2 to go.
And who else stayed out with him?
Sanford, Breeding, Duncan, Seth, the top 5. Rain stayed out. Flickinger's still there. Kenny Moma, Hodak, Ryan George, top 10.
Yep, because the 18 have enough gas. I don't know.
They're going to risk it.
Yep, they're going to risk it. All right, so here we go. Mary Shelley leading.
Mary Shelley, white flag, 1 lap to go in the Coke 600.
They got enough fuel. Oh, that's almost a wreck on the access road.
Down to 159 through turns 1 and 2. We don't really see them usually going that slow. Someone else had to pit. That's the 23 on pit exit.
Does the 18 make
Through
it? And off the court.
Through 3 and
82
4.
races.
It's finally over from Richmond Season 4. Mary Shelley finally is a winner again in the Coke Vanilla Cup Series.
First win for the 18 since Season 3 at Pig's Pig Stadium. Holy crap. It has been a long
Nick
drive.
Breeding up in the top 5. Ryan George had to pit. Pollard had to pit late for fuel.
Where did he finish?
The standing's still not official. Vargas is on pit lane right now.
He's out of gas. And Pollard got a top 15.
Out of fuel, yeah.
The streak continues. I don't know, maybe. Where is he?
Oh,
It's complete. Yes.
Yep. I think that's because the 18 is starting to pull into their pit. There's the 57. In fact, actually a lot down.
The 57. And he beat all his contenders. Oh, man, this is bad.
So the top 10 today on fuel mileage. Mary Shelley, Henry Sanford, Nick Breeding, William Duncan, Seth Cole, Allison Rain, Isaac Flickinger, Kenny Moma, Mitchell Hodak, and Pretty Shaw. I think safe to say Ambrose also made it. We know Vargas had to pit. So I'd say top 11 made it on fuel.
This was a really good race.
Steven, your final thoughts on this one?
It was a really good race. I mean, this is one of the cleanest 600s we ever had. Besides the big wreck we had, Paul Towers finishes now heading into the 9s. Mary Shelley finally does it and wins it with M&M's too. Great comeback story. Mary's now won every track type.
You know, I mean, that entire period that she was away from M&M's was basically the entire duration of her losing streak.
Pretty much. Henry Sanford continues the 1.5 mile king streak. Nick Breeding brings the 15 some promise. Double a top 5 for RCR. Allison Rain with a much. Isaac Flickinger, one of his, I believe that's only his second top 10 of the season, or second top 20. I'm not mistaken.
It is his second top 10 to go with the win earlier this year.
Now, I know people are going to hate me for saying this, but the 57 team started 40th, 13th, beat Chris Wilson, the 41, and the 02. That is a championship effort right there when you don't have the best car, and continues the top 16 streak. So the 57 is Charles in shambles with that one. Charles Sanford
It
drove
might
the
be a
race of his life.
300-point lead. I'll say that much. Actually, I
Well,
don't
the
think
50,
it is. I don't think it
well,
will be, but
all I'm going to say, and you guys saw the 57 was human because they were absolutely positively nowhere in this race. 05 car was the best car. They showed they had to be time Pollard at the pit late. Tim Randolph was no. Kev Shears is back to Prism next week, so they're probably going to DNQ. Steve Pollock's going to follow the top 10 in points, I think. So it was a good race weekend at the 600 here. I can't complain. Glad to be back. Actually, didn't miss any of my flights this week, so that's good. Next week, we're going to the Windy City. For the first time, we're going to have Hooters in season 1. And we're going to beat last year, Ethan Keineman won from 35th. So, and Mary Shelley, who finished second last year in a 1.5 miles, can definitely see what she can do. We had a cost-free race there last year. So maybe we have some more clean racing. The teams in the Fab Shop definitely appreciate it. And hopefully for Charles' sake, I actually crash and flip over again.
So with that said, congrats to Mary Shelley on ending one of the longer losing streaks in the Coca Cola Cup Series. I
Before we
think
go,
it's,
actually, let's see.
70 some odd races?
81 races.
I mean, I know it's not the longest. You have Charles
Seth
there with
Cole.
you have Seth Cole. You have Charles Sanford that had long losing streaks.
That was Mary's 6th career win. And now, like I mentioned with all the track types, she's won at Michigan, Daytona, Mosport, Pocono, Richmond, and now she has won at Charlotte. Now, that's actually her second crown jewel, actually.
6 wins. I think that ties her for. I think that ties her with Amy.
3, 4, 5. Ties her with William Duncan.
Oh, okay. I knew it tied her with someone. No, Amy has 8. That's right. Never mind.
That's right. Yeah.
Either way, congrats to Mary Shelley on her 6th career Coke Vanilla Cup Series win. I'd like to thank you guys for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you haven't today for more gaming and racing related content. Leave a comment down below or on Discord. Let me know what you guys thought of this one or how you guys did. For Stephen Paul III, I'm Grand Fan 291, and this has been a production of the NRSL. We'll see you guys next time.
See you guys. Middle Light and M&M's on Mary and Henry. I don't know how good of a combo that's going to be, but get the crunchy peanut butter one.